Graham Mogau Tjiane's story is one of remarkable transformation. This son of Mpumalanga, South Africa, started his career driving trucks, but Graham had a dream. He saw a different future for himself, one where he could use his intellect and passion for justice. This dream led him to the world of law. While working as a truck driver, his dream of being a driver of justice kept Graham going. He spent his nights poring over textbooks. He attended lectures whenever he could. This dedication to his education was just the beginning. Graham's journey was not easy. He faced numerous obstacles along the way. Financial constraints, time management, and societal expectations could have easily deterred him, but Graham persevered, fueled by an unwavering belief in himself and his aspirations. He knew he had a valuable contribution to make to society. Graham's hard work and sacrifice eventually paid off. He earned his law degree, a testament to his resilience and commitment. He wasn't just content with the degree, he wanted to put his knowledge into practice, to make a tangible difference in people's lives. This drive led him to establish his own law firm. The firm quickly gained recognition for its commitment to client satisfaction and its expertise in various legal domains. Graham's journey from truck driver to lawyer is a testament to the power of education and determination. It shows that with hard work, anything is possible. Graham Mogau Tjiane's ambition didn't stop at becoming a lawyer. He dreamt bigger, envisioning a platform where he could empower others and contribute to his community. This vision led to the establishment of GM Tjiane Attorneys, Inc. This firm wasn't just about personal success, it was about building a legacy. GM Tjiane Attorneys, Inc. quickly distinguished itself with its dedication to client satisfaction. Graham instilled in his team the importance of empathy, integrity, and a genuine desire to help those seeking justice. Graham Mogau Tjiane's story is an inspiration. He shows us that with hard work and dedication, we can achieve anything. His journey from truck driver to lawyer and successful entrepreneur is a shining example of what's possible with perseverance. He teaches us to dream big and to never give up on ourselves. His story resonates with aspiring professionals, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds. He is a beacon of hope, demonstrating that socioeconomic barriers can be overcome with determination and a belief in one's potential. Graham Mogau Tjiane is not just a lawyer, he is a role model. He embodies the spirit of resilience, ambition, and community service. His story is an inspiration to us all.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bade Chronicles. This is your girl, Balesa. If you're new, if you're an oldie, please sit back, relax, take a pen, take a pencil, take a recorder, whatever it is you need to take to get these golden nuggets that you're going to get from the Black King himself. Please be ready. As you know, Aki Iwani, I'm with the better half of this queen.
The one and only Iron Man. Yeah, 011 to the world buffet to today we've got a special someone. Hey, for Bekeli, we guys are we hitting you guys. We're hitting you, knock every door. We are entering for you guys. I'm Sanjay's Petu Khulumen. Yeah, so today we have a special guest buffet too. He's a big brother. He's bold now in all elements. He's bold, this man. So we'll give him the platform to introduce himself. Buffet too. Much respect for Graham.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. Hello world. My name is Graham Mogau Tjiane from a place called Danielton in Mpumalanga, and I'm now based in mainland Pretoria. I'm running a business of a law firm. I'm an employer, but I'm also your brother.
Definitely. Yeah. And an educationalist as well, or an educator, because I know you do part-time teaching and lecturing as well. So that's also very important, because that is what this platform predominantly highlights, the importance of education, whether it's formal or informal.
Speaking of education, Brother Graham, you know, when back in high school, hey, we were those. I'll speak for myself. I was one of those. Yeah, I was one of those kids who didn't even listen to the teachers, and now I'm a teacher myself. I'm like, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
What is that one highlight that you would say as a teacher? You are sitting back and you're like, I should have done this as a student. Now that you're a lecturer, part-time lecturer.
I think the most important thing is one thing that I can highlight or rather reflect on is to be myself, be who I am, the character that I am, you know, the soft-hearted, kind guy that I am. Because normally you're taught that you should pretend or be this person that you're not. You know, in education, you just need to be yourself. I think one thing I can reflect of in high school as well was that I was a very shy person. I didn't know that I can tomorrow, or rather in the future, become a teacher or teach students, teach future lawyers, for example. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, when we're speaking about teaching, like how did you get into education? What led you to becoming an educator? And did you always see yourself in the space that you're in?
I think what inspired me was because my mom is a teacher.
Nice.
And yeah, so it was embedded in her. She also wanted me to become a full-time teacher, rather not a lawyer and then a law lecturer and all of that. Yeah. So that's what inspired me most. So she was also teaching me, you know, on how to behave as a young boy and all of that. That's what inspired me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what comes with the challenges of being a lawyer and a teacher at the same time?
And a business
and
owner.
a business owner, because of it's Sunday. But fair to it's Sunday, we won't mention the date because of this video. We don't know where it's gonna come out. But what comes with those challenges?
I think the most important thing, or rather the greatest challenge, is time management, because you know you have to break yourself down. You know, sometimes I would be having a court case. Next thing I'm lecturing. The next thing I have students, like tax law students, who would come and say, you know, we've got an assignment. We need you to come and assist us, please. And then, you know, sometimes you knock off at 1, 2. But what fulfills me most is when I see them passing with flying colors and then moving to the next stage, because I believe I'm also impacting the next generation of
Most
lawyers, judges, and lecturers and all of that. Yeah.
Definitely, most definitely.
I want to know, babe, how important is it? I think we were speaking to a lady called Shella T, right? She's also a lecturer, a law lecturer. How important is it to be careful of what you post in the social media space, especially as a law student
and lecturer and business owner?
Yeah. I think trust amongst the community and the people we find ourselves in, because sometimes you might find that you have a certain view about maybe a political party or this individual and all of that, and then boom, next thing, that person is in your office, they need help, or they can bring lawsuits against you. I've seen where we were doing cases where people posted on WhatsApp groups and all of that, and then there were damages lawsuits against those people. I think it's important to hold yourself with sometimes keep things to yourself, you know, especially in this age where we are exposed to social media. So it's very crucial to sometimes keep things to yourself. You don't have to comment on anything, on everything. As much as you've got a freedom of expression, sometimes keep some things to yourself.
And that is very, very important. I think another thing is that the internet does not forget.
It does not forget.
You forget, the internet does not forget, nor does it forgive, because we've seen how much reputable damage it has done for people, like, you know, prior, where somebody is being him as something guy, but because of something they posted when they were 18 or 19, now it's coming back to bite them, you know. So branding is very important. But
even
for
in our space, even in our space, I've seen where I like watching these judges' interviews. Sometimes they'll take back someone's post of 5 years back to say, but you are putting this few years back, but how are you going to judge today as a judge? How are you going to give decisions? And it affects that person, and then next thing they're not appointed. So I just want to highlight that as well. Yeah.
Oh my God. And I mean, when you take us back to Kohai, Mpumalanga, what was that one fondest moment of being a young boy, you know, or a young man that you think you carry with you today, even in your most hardest, you know, turbulences and trials?
I think it's what my late father, may his soul rest in peace, what he always told me was that he always said, I must believe in who I am and what I can impact the world with. I think he's the one who inspired me to even become a lawyer, to become a teacher, to become everything that I am today. Sometimes I wish he was still alive to see, because he believed in me so much that he always said to me, there's nothing impossible for you. not my son. He used to say, not Mpumalanga, not my boy. That always carries me every time, even when I'm facing challenges in business, in my life, everything. Always had, that belief in me to say you can make it, because you are born to do this. You can make it. You can defeat any obstacle that's before you. So that's what inspires me mostly every time. Yeah.
Sure. So for a young man who's not hearing these words and who wants to go in this law field, what would you say, or what guidance would you give them?
I think the best guidance that I would give them is to surround yourself with positive people.
Beautiful.
I am what I am today because of people that impact me on a daily basis. We are not an island. You see, you must have positive people around you, people who will encourage you, people who will tell you that it's possible. I mean, 4 years ago, I lost my job. I was retrenched where I was working, and I had people around me, my family, my friends, and I told them that, you know what, I have this dream of opening my own business, lecturing and doing all of these things. They always said to me, it's possible.
You've got it.
You've got it. You can do it. Yeah. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And even at varsity, Palesa knows we used to study very hard. Surround yourself with positive people. Also surround yourself with people that can critique you, and tell you this is the wrong thing. Go this way. Don't do this. Do this, Don't always have people who will always be patting you in the back. Sometimes you need that constructive criticism. You need that push sometimes as well. Tell the young men. No.
I mean, I think for now you got into my next question so beautifully when you spoke about retrenchment, right? So what has been your biggest challenge as a Black law firm owner who is in Pretoria, which is, we can't say predominantly white, but Pretoria is not,
it's known for a poor place.
Yeah, it's known.
It's a poor place. Yeah.
So what has been one or two of your biggest challenges in opening a law firm?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenges was getting clients who will really pay you.
Without asking for a favor. Hey, Graham, and not pay.
Exactly. That's the greatest challenge. You'd have to have clients that pay you, to have people who undermine you, say, no, I can't pay you this much. I think the value of the work was not this much. You understand? People will not pay you, because ultimately it's going to affect you paying people. I think my first 2-3 years was the struggle was paying salaries on time. As a black firm coming up, it hurts a lot because people have obligations to meet on a monthly basis, and then sometimes they are failing to collect the fees for that month. It has been a heartbreaking moment, although I've overcome it now. But when it was still happening, it was a terrible experience. Sometimes you think maybe I must just stop and close shop. For courage and patience, we are here today. I think that was the most.
I think you're speaking about your challenges, and I'm thinking about it that you not being able to pay salaries is frustrating. Let alone being paid your own salary, and you have to go back to the boss and be like, "Oh, manje is Kati, I've been working." What was that one thing that kept you going? And till date, you'd say, you know what? Because of, like we're saying, this channel is for the aspiring, or maybe for those who are. They have this law degree, they don't know what to do with it anymore because of certain pressures. Even families like, but law degree,
it's not even working.
What would you say? How did you overcome that?
How I overcame it was going back to the drawing board to say, why did I start? Why did I start? I'm not just doing this for a financial gain or to be rich and all of that. It's because I love what I'm doing. I love helping people. That's always been an attribute about myself. I love impacting people's lives. I love seeing change in other people's lives. That's my greatest joy today. If someone tomorrow is being assisted, whether it's a client, clients come, they become family to you. They don't just clients coming to you, you're assisting them and then they're going back. No, they become family. I think the greatest thing that I would always go back to was that, why did I start? Did I do this only for money? Or did I also do this to impact people's lives? This is my dream. This is my passion. That's why I'm here on a Sunday afternoon. Not just because in this interview. I'm here to think about people's problems, to think about challenges that people are facing. Even tomorrow, as we start the week, I must give clients feedback and all of that. That's what I love. It's my first love. Yeah.
And speaking of clients, how important, and let's be honest, how important is it for a young student who's in varsity or an upcoming varsity student to create networks?
Very crucial. 90%, I can say 95% of my work today is through referrals. I still have friends from primary. I still have friends from high school. I still have friends from varsity. I think the greatest weapon that I've got is to keep relationships and sustain relationships. I'd always check up on that friend who's a primary friend, high school friend. I'll always check up on them. I'll always have this network of friends. Trust me, relationships is the key, especially if you want to go into practice. If you're this person who just likes being alone and doesn't want to socialize and all of that, it doesn't work. If you're a sociable person, in our business, you'll make it. You'll make it because it's mostly you're gonna go to restaurants, meet people, meet clients, network, and all of that. All the files that you see in my office, 95% of them, it's through referrals and through people that I know.
And it's quite tricky at times, as you are saying that. But let's say I'm a person who's I'm the firstborn, lastborn. I'm the only one thing, and I'm the only one who makes sure the gate. How important? Because of how do you also? I think it's two ways. My question is two ways. How important is it to create those networks? As you have said, it is important. And how important is it to forget that ego and plug yourself? Because of nobody's gonna take Graham and say, Graham, meet Mang meet Graham.
Yeah. You need to go to those opportunities. You're not gonna sleep. You're not gonna, relax and say opportunities are gonna come to me. Even as a business person today, I always try call, write emails, apply for tenders, meet people. Yesterday I was with someone else. Yesterday I said, you know what, I'm looking for work. You must always forget your comfort zone. Things are not just gonna come to you. Things are not just gonna mushroom out of nowhere and come to you. You need to go out there. I do that. I don't undermine. I go to Tembisa. I go to places that other lawyers wouldn't go to because there's a client there, and I believe that they might get a rough payment. For example, I'm giving an example with RAF work. Become a people's person. Go out and look for what you want to see. Go out and meet clients. Whether they are white, whether they are Indian. I've seen my business also transform to where I'm doing work for almost every race. And also, there's no big or small instructions. For example, lawyers like saying, no, I don't do maintenance cases. Those are soft law. I do that because I know that in a maintenance case, I might be having 5 clients in one client because that person has a network of people behind them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's very crucial to have relationships with people, be patient with people, be a people's person. I believe that if you're a people's person in this profession, you'll make it.
Lovely. Wait, see, you speak about something so crucial. You're talking about a lot of lawyers like bite themselves when they say, I don't do this, I don't do that. You know what I mean? And for now, I think, and perhaps I'm gonna be a bit controversial, but do you think as a Black community, it is advisable, or we are going in the right way by opening a lot of small shops as opposed to having a tax lawyer, an environmentalist, a corporate lawyer, a banking lawyer, a criminal lawyer, and the fifth one, and then all 5 of us opening TPQLD attorneys and making it one thing? Like, what is your view on that? Because I think my biggest challenge has always been, I see Black lawyers' representations, but I'm lacking a foundation that has strong longevity, because we're and then because of the problems that you stated around around not having a clientele, around not having sustainability. Yes, the fact that you are one shop.
Exactly.
What do you say about this idea of collaboration in the Black community, especially advising the kids because you are where you are now, do you think that's the way we need to start thinking about?
You see, I was telling a friend of mine saying, you know what, I'm not going to be a one-man show for the entirety of my life. I know my interests and what I love. I need to partner with other people because you can't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Because I've seen as practice unfolds as well that I collaborate with a lot of my friends. Like, for example, in my practice, I'm not much of a labor lawyer, but I'm getting a lot of labor instructions. And there's a friend that I collaborate with who loves labor so much that he can do it. And I believe that we need to build solid firms and solid partnerships. I think that the number one problem is greed, because people are thinking that, yo, I'm with Palace and then it's me. What if I'm bringing a lot of work? You understand? And it's not all about that. It's all about collaborating and building one big firm as well that can sustain generations to come, even after we've long gone. Look at the big firms and how they've been there for years. I believe that we need to get back to that, and there it's going to overcome factors around greed, factors around self-centeredness, and all of that.
And also accountability, because now when you not only answer to yourself, but you answer to other great heads, you need to be accountable.
Exactly. And we can open a big thing. That's why I'm also saying with time, I'm thinking of partnering, getting a partner, growing and becoming this firm that is going to sustain generations to come. And also when you go out there looking for work as well as a unit, you can bring back a lot. So I think it's a problem. What you're saying is very crucial. Some people will say, I'm jealous, or I'm opening up my own thing, and it doesn't help. When that person dies or something happens, then the firm is gone.
It's done.
So we need big firms as well, and it's possible. We can do it.
Hey, possibilities are there. Now, for a person who's staying in Danielton is not an island where there's no dust. Take us through your journey of growing up in Danielton and telling that young boy who's heard, hey, Graham, he's now in Mainland. Please take us through that and you telling us that. I'm actually thinking about it and I'm actually seeing it. A young boy who wants to be in a law firm or wants to own one. How do I go about? What challenges did I overcome? And is it really possible? Because of a lot of people think that this thing is scripted. It's a fallacy.
As a young boy, I remember in primary school, I was not really sure about my career path, which I want to venture into. And my dad, I remember I used to ask him a lot of questions sometimes. He was saying, hey, my boy, you're very inquisitive. I think you must become a lawyer. Don't go anywhere else. That stood in my mind until high school and until varsity, because I went to varsity in 2008. And unfortunately, I failed. Sometimes life has ups and downs. I failed. I was excluded. They wrote me a letter and said, go back home. You can't make it. And then I became a truck driver. At varsity, I became a truck driver at church back at home for 3 full years. 2010, 2011, 2012, I was a truck driver, but I still went back and said, you know what, I can still achieve what I want to achieve in my life. That's when I applied at the University of Limpopo. That's where I met Palesa. And even when I was there, when I was studying, I was visioning myself. I remember I used to tell some of my friends every day that, guys, that I'm going to have a law firm one day. And people will be reporting to me and I'll be giving people opportunities. I had that vision and that, I wrote it down. I'm a person who writes everything that I think about down. I wrote it down to say, I'm going to become this. Fast forward, after I was struggling to get articles, my interview, they asked me and said, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? It's my boss. And I said, I'm going to have my own law firm. Hey, the bosses laughed. They said, no, it's very hard. It's not possible to have your own thing. It's very hard, man. You can't just... I said, no, but that's where I see myself. Fast forward, I'm working in the firm 2 years. I get retrenched. After getting retrenched, people were saying, hey, you must be worried now. You must be looking for a job. I said, no, I'm going to create jobs for people. I started looking at logos and everything. I saw that, this is an opportunity. I started to become a lawyer. There are people who can be assigned to me. Then one guy told me something. He said, the pie is too big. You can reach other people as well. You can become a solution leader. That's when I started, and it was very difficult. But as I said, that I always kept in my mind to say, I can become whatever I want to become. no matter my background. It's been hard adversity. We've been sometimes eating macaroni, sometimes sometimes there's malana. You finished everything that you had. Been through adversity. We haven't arrived, but we've left. We've been through a lot of adversity, but it teaches you to be humble. It grounds you. It gives you that human spirit to become a human being. Adversity humbles you a lot. Yeah, that's my experience.
Yeah. And what would you think, or what do you think, what would you say are qualities that make a great leader, a great boss, and a great lecturer? What qualities do you think one should have? So perhaps when we're talking to that young Graham, what qualities do you think one of questioning should aspire to have to being a good or an impactful solution-driven leader?
I think the first one is,
and speaking back to that question, let's have a vast thinking, because of there is someone who has this degree and they've driven themselves into an addiction, and they're like, you know what, these people are speaking from a Kasi lingo, a Kasi mindset. For someone who's there, who wants to make it, I think Palace's question should be
I think the first one, Palesa, would be patience. You need to be very patient with yourself. And besides being patient with others, sometimes we are very patient with other people. We are patient with our families, we are patient with clients, but we are not patient with ourselves. You need to be patient with yourself. Take your steps one step at a time. This thing is a journey. I'll give you an example. I just finished one of my courses. It's a postgraduate diploma in tax law. It's my 4th qualification.
Yes.
And through all of these qualifications that I've been doing, I've always been patient with myself. Sometimes you'll not have money to register this year. Just leave it for this year. You'll see the next year. You are not competing with anyone else. You are in a journey of self-development as well. You're in a journey of self-discovery. There are things about myself I discover now that I didn't know I had 5-10 years ago. There are things that have improved in me 5-10 years ago. But the greatest thing, besides other things that I can add on to that, would be that you must be patient with yourself. This is a journey. It's not a marathon. There's going to be uphills. There's going to be circumstances that you face in your career, circumstances you face, but be patient with yourself. Take time, take steps, take time to self-reflect. Don't live a life of comparison. I don't live a life of comparison. Sometimes as well in this age of social media, people will be saying, hey, have you seen that guy who was in class with us? He's driving a G-Wagon. He's driving this and that. Hey, what about us, Maregar? Life is not going. No, life is going. Your time is not come yet. Take steps back and reflect on your life, and take decisions that are going to impact you as well. It's you here. It's not about you and others. Sometimes take that steps and be accountable to yourself as well, to say, I've overcome this, and then this is my next step. When I got my LLB degree, I thought, yeah, man, this is an achievement. People are saying, no, you need to get admitted, man. It's not an achievement. To me, it's an achievement.
Wow.
I never before. After articles, after admission and everything, I celebrate the small victories as well. Celebrate small victories in your life. Take time, reflect, take a journey back to where you've been 5-10 years ago. 5-10 years ago, I couldn't afford a meal for myself. Today, I can buy myself a plate of food. I can take care of myself as well. It's an achievement for me. So someone will take it lightly and say, I'm not that dependent. You understand? I used to be dependent on certain things, on my family, on my mom. But today, I can be self-dependent, self-sufficient, and I can also take care of my family. For me, it's an achievement. More than driving the biggest car and everything, those will come with time. But be patient with yourself. Take small steps. Small victories are important as well. Yeah. Then, I believe that some people get into depression because they are living in a world of comparison and not taking steps, and also comparing themselves with other people to say, this person is there, but why am I not here? Yeah.
What is your view on failure?
Failure is a stepping stone. It's not a place to sit on and murmur and cry and all of that, because I've experienced failure in many dimensions in my life. I would say that failure is a stepping stone. It's a time for you to reflect. It's a time for you to see your shortcomings, and it's also a time for you to see the bright future that's ahead of you. So it's not a place to camp on and say, I've failed. Hey, Shamar, it doesn't work. No, I've been excluded before, but today I've got 4 qualifications. Remember, someone who was excluded, the university said, no, you must go back home, but I've been retrenched as well. So,
your life.
exactly. So my failures have helped me to be strong when I face other challenges in my life. Like retrenchment, it didn't depress me. I saw it as an opportunity. Other people will see retrenchment as a failure, to say you are wasted material, so go back and do something with your life. No, I saw it as a stepping stone because I failed before. So I say failure is a stepping stone, is a time to reflect on the bright future that you have ahead of you.
I mean, for the person that you are, I think one of the things that comes so naturally going it's just what you believe in and how you believe in it. And for our viewers and everybody else out there, what role do you think spirituality has in building a young Black man in today's society that has social media, capitalism, people expecting you to have a facade, you know what I mean? Like, what role do you think spirituality has in creating a man that your mom can look at and say they're proud of? And do you think that had it not been for spirituality, you would still be where you are today?
Yeah, I think it grounded me and it also disciplined me. I'm a prayerful person. I'm a person who's focused. Yeah, I think those are the attributes that I have. Some people would say, hey, you are very stubborn. My siblings would say, you are very stubborn. But I would say, no, I'm grounded, I'm focused, and I'm disciplined. And those are the attributes that will keep you as well to focus in this social media life. You understand? Social media world that we live in. Yeah.
Sure. And now looking in this journey of social media versus young kids versus old people, where it's crazy, there are challenges going on. What's the one thing that you would tell, and that's so crucial, into a student who's studying law, that they should be wary of?
When coming to social media.
Yeah. I would say that the student who's studying law must envision themselves in the next post degree. As I say that, I used to always tell my friends that one day I'll be a boss of a firm. At that time, we were eating malana at Teflop, K2. It was a bit bleak. You wouldn't know where your future lies and all of that. You'd be told that there's no jobs, there are no articles and all of that. But in my mind and in my heart, write your vision down. See yourself where you want to see yourself. You're the next judge. You're the next lecturer. You're the next employer. You're the next boss of a law firm. You're the next business person. You're the next corporate legal advisor of a big bank and all of that. Vision yourself there, see yourself there, and then your actions will follow. When you've got foresight into the future, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but your attitude, your focus, your drive, it keeps you channeled to see your future. Yeah.
And who would you say has been your biggest inspiration? So who's that one educator that even when you think about today, you're like, yo, the impact this person has had on me is what makes me love education to date? And what is that one book that you think everybody and anybody should read in order to draw up a map of success for themselves, and why?
Adversity, I would say it's Bonani Nelubalani.
Yes, a mentor of note at that moment.
Yeah, because I remember how she taught us a course we called BSET, Business Entities.
Oh my God.
The passion that she brought, she brought that mindset to say, what, see yourself as that hotshot lawyer. She always says, even today, when I achieve something, she'd write something. We don't speak a lot, but sometimes on WhatsApp we'd speak and she'd say, I always told you that you're going to be that hotshot lawyer. Yeah. And a book that And the book that I would say people should read, it's a book by John Maxwell on leadership. And say that all of us have got leadership qualities in us. Doesn't mean you must be a leader of a big corporate or law firm and everything. The small circles that you have. I love students, for example. They will always come in my office, even when I'm busy with clients and I'm done. Students from University of Pretoria, master students, undergraduate students would come. I would say there's a book by John Maxwell on leadership to say that all of us have got that inherent leadership quality in us to lead people, even if it's a small group, your siblings, whoever. Yeah.
Now, speaking of leadership, right? There's this Smolanyana Graham who's in Donaldton, who's not too sure where is he going. And then there is this current Graham who's sitting in his office on a Sunday where he could be sitting with his family or friends. Now there's this future Graham who's like, you know what? Yeah, I am here. What would you tell all three people at this current state?
What would I tell who?
The same Graham, who's the Graham,
okay.
The Graham now and the futuristic Graham.
Yeah. The small Graham, focus, your dreams are valid. The Graham who's still growing, you are nearer to your journey or your destination. And the older Graham, as much as you've achieved much, there's more to occupy. Look at the future. There's still more. There's still branches to open. There's still more leaders to train.
Yes.
Don't relax. Don't camp where you are. There's still more to achieve. The pie is still too big.
That anybody can eat.
Beautiful.
Anybody can eat.
Space. Yeah. We can
That's
all
one thing we don't
have.
understand.
Guys, Bade, anywhere you are, Sabab Gas, Mahayeng, we all can have a piece of the pie. You just need hard work, you just need dedication, you just need patience, you know. What could be your parting words for Wanako Hainje that is watching you right now?
Wanako, what I would tell them is that I'll go back to what I said before. Surround yourself with the right people.
Beautiful.
There are things that Palesa will see in me that I don't see myself. There's hidden potential inside of me. There's hidden potential inside of you. You've got potential. Don't compare yourself with anyone else. Don't compare yourself. The height that you are born with, you know, people always used to say that I'm a short person. But I said, no, but and they always used to say I've got a big head. I said, no, this head, it's got a lot, you know, there are departments in it. I didn't see it as a negative thing. You know, people will say, hey, this big head. I said, oh, what? This big head has a future.
Yeah.
This big head has departments inside of it. You know, there are greater visions in it. You know, I would say that comparison would be a greatest thief of your life. Focus, see yourself having a lot of potential, and then you can achieve your dreams. Have the right people around you. You know, have the right people around you.
If you had to have a micro word of sharing or a word of departure to 013, which is in Mpumalanga, what would you say?
Relationships are your treasure. Don't undermine people next to you. Relationships are your treasure. The relationships that you have, networks that you create from a young age up until today, they are your treasure. Family, friends, strangers, you know, relationships are your treasure. You know, you're going to attract a lot of good things.
Thank you, 100. 011 013.
It's actually +82, baby.
+82. I'm at 010. Okay.
Plus
82. 011. Going to 013. You've heard the big boss, Big Graham is here. Big brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Graham. Thank you very much, my brother. We are very honored to have you.
Thank you so much, and I need to visit you that side.
You do. Actually, South Africans don't need visas. You get your visa. How can now? So please, you know,
Yeah.
travel so that see this world. Thank you so much, guys. To the viewers, please like, comment, subscribe. Just engage with us. Tell us who you want to see, why you want to see them. If you want to feature, this is your channel more than it's ours. We are here talking about community, the importance of networking, the importance of education. And
the importance of believing in yourself. But if you don't believe in yourself,
yes. Thank you, everybody. Till we meet again. Thank you so much, Abutwaka.
Thank you so much. Very appreciate it.